Stop walking immediately if that is the only form of exercise you rely on for your health. I know that sounds dramatic and goes against every piece of medical advice you have ever heard at your local clinic here in America. However, if you have passed the age of 65 and only trust those leisurely strolls in the park, then you might be unintentionally accelerating your own muscle loss instead of stopping it. If you want to maintain your independence and do not want to depend on family members or a walking cane in the next 10 years, then hit the subscribe button right now to join me in exploring a much more scientific solution. I understand that at this age, you have been very diligent with your regular checkups and taking your bone and joint supplements consistently. You might be maintaining a habit of walking 10,000 steps every day because you believe it is the golden key to health. But the truth from research in Japan and the United States has shown that after the age of 60, the body enters a state called anabolic resistance. This means your muscles become less responsive to low-intensity activities like walking. The result is that even if you walk every day, your muscle mass still declines by 1 to 2% every year. This explains why many people still walk a lot but find it difficult to get up from the sofa or feel their legs shaking when climbing stairs. In this video, I will share with you 3 alternative exercises that are many times better than walking, helping you regain strength and balance in less than 10 minutes a day. If you are following along to this point, please write down in the comments section the number 1 so I know you are still watching. Your presence here shows that you are truly serious about your own future. The first reason we need to change our training method is the decline of fast-twitch muscle fibers. In our daily life in America, we often focus too much on endurance exercises like cycling or walking. However, fast-twitch muscle fibers are what save your life when you accidentally slip on a thin layer of ice in winter or when you need to react quickly to avoid an obstacle on the road. Walking does not activate these fibers at all. As you age, the nervous system and muscles start to lose their rhythmic connection. You might find yourself becoming clumsier when opening a pill bottle or feeling less confident when walking in areas with uneven terrain. That is a sign that your brain and muscles are slowly drifting apart. The first exercise I want to introduce to you is inspired by the standing and sitting techniques of Japanese martial artists called the invisible chair. This is not just a regular leg exercise, but it is a measure of your freedom after the age of 70. At senior health centers in America, the ability to stand up from a chair without using your hands is considered a vital indicator. To perform this exercise, please stand in front of a sturdy chair with your feet shoulder-width apart. You slowly lower your hips as if you are about to sit down, but stop when your bottom is only about 3 to 5 centimeters away from the seat. Hold that position for 5 seconds. At this point, you will feel your thighs shaking slightly and your abdominal muscles tightening. That is when the fast-twitch muscle fibers are being awakened. After 5 seconds, use the force of your heels to stand up straight in a controlled manner. You only need to do this 5 times and gradually increase over time. A common mistake that many of my friends at age 70 often make is that they are too afraid of falling, so they move less in movements that require strength. They choose to walk very slowly and hold on to railings. But the reality is that the less you challenge the muscles, the faster the muscles wither away. Maintaining this invisible chair posture helps rebuild bone density and strengthen the stability of your knee joints. If you find your knees a bit sensitive, place a soft cushion on the chair for support, but never give up on practicing it. Consistency is much more important than how heavy or light you train. Every time you hold that posture, it is a time you are sending a message to your body that I am still very strong and I still have the ability to be autonomous. If you are following along to this point, please write down in the comments section the number 1 so I know you are still watching. Your interaction helps me have more motivation to research the best methods for the elderly community. Now we will move on to the upper body strength part with the push-up exercise on the kitchen counter. There is a sad fact that many seniors in America often overlook arm and chest exercises because they think they are unnecessary. However, upper body strength is the shield that protects you in emergency situations. Imagine when you accidentally lose your balance and fall forward, then your hands are the only thing that helps you reduce the impact force and protect your face as well as your head area. This exercise is inspired by the sophistication and discipline in the movements of the Japanese called Shinkata. Please stand facing the kitchen counter in your house and place both hands on the edge of the table with shoulder width. Step your feet back until your body forms a beautiful diagonal line. Slowly lower your chest toward the counter over a count of 3 seconds, then push back up decisively. The important thing here is not how many you do, but how you control your breath and your posture. When you push yourself up, feel the connection between the brain and the muscle groups in the chest and arms. This is exactly how we retrain the neuromuscular communication system that has been eroded over time. This coordination will help you perform daily tasks like carrying grocery bags or opening heavy doors at public buildings much more easily. You do not need to go to the gym or lift heavy weights to get this result. The familiar kitchen counter, where you make coffee every morning, will become your best companion. I want to remind you of a very beautiful concept of the Japanese, which is ikigai, or the reason to wake up every morning. Think of these exercises not as a tiring obligation, but as a self-care ritual full of pride. When you perform the push-up motion, think about how you are keeping your body ready to hold your little grandchildren or to do your favorite gardening work yourself. One mistake I often see is that people often try to do it very fast to get it over with. But at this age, speed is the enemy of safety. Do it very slowly and feel every muscle fiber working. If you feel tired, stand closer to the kitchen counter a bit to reduce the pressure. Flexibility in the way of training will help you maintain this habit for a long time without feeling discouraged. If you are following along to this point, please write down in the comments section the number 1 so I know you are still watching. I truly appreciate your presence in this healthy living community. The third exercise, and also the most important exercise to prevent falls, is the step-back lunge with chair support. According to data from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, in the United States, falls are the leading cause of serious injuries in people over 65 years old. It is worth noting that most of these accidents happen when we have to move backward or move sideways, rather than when going straight forward. Normal walking only trains the front muscle groups, but forgets the entire rear muscle system, including the glutes and hamstrings. These are the muscle groups that help you maintain balance and stabilize the body core. To perform this exercise, please stand next to a sturdy chair and place one hand on the back of the chair to keep your balance. Step 1 foot back and lower your body slightly in a gentle way. You do not need to lower too far if you feel knee pain. The most important thing is that you are activating the proprioception ability of the brain. This is the brain's ability to sense the position of the legs in space without looking with eyes. When you step back, the brain has to work harder to adjust balance, and this is extremely beneficial for your nervous system. It is like you are upgrading the software system in your body to react more keenly to all unexpected events in life. Many people often complain that they feel dizzy or lose balance when turning suddenly. That is because they are too used to only looking straight and going straight. This step-back exercise will help you regain confidence when having to move in narrow spaces or when having to step back to make way for others. Remember that strength lies not only in muscles, but also in the control of the mind over the body. Every controlled step back is a long step forward in protecting your own safety. You can start with 6 repetitions for each leg and perform 2 such rounds. Inhale when stepping back, and exhale when returning to a standing position. The feeling of certainty under your feet is the greatest reward that this exercise brings to you. If you are following along to this point, please write down in the comments section the number 1 so I know you are still watching. There is only a little more important content left, and you have captured the secret to rejuvenating your body. Before finishing, I want to have a few small notes about safety for you. Although these exercises are very effective, They are not a magic medicine for everyone in every condition. If you have just undergone joint replacement surgery or are having acute arthritis pain, then please pause and consult your doctor. If you are often dizzy due to blood pressure or inner ear problems, then always perform these exercises under the supervision of a relative or physical therapy expert. Our goal is to train to be healthier, not to cause more injuries. A little feeling of muscle fatigue is normal and encouraging, but if you feel sharp pain in the joints, that is a sign you need to stop immediately and adjust the posture. Remember that this journey is not a race with anyone else, but your own journey. Do not feel frustrated if on the first day you can only do one or two. Every small movement has cumulative value at the cellular level. The fact that you stand up and start training is already a huge victory compared to just sitting on a chair and worrying about old age. Combine these exercises with a diet rich in protein and enough water to provide raw materials for muscle regeneration. In America, we have many choices of food, but prioritize natural and less processed foods to protect your digestive and cardiovascular systems. Summarizing again, we have together learned why walking is not enough and discovered 3 golden exercises, including the invisible chair counter, push-up and step-back lunge. These are the keys to help you open the door of independence and joy in the most brilliant years of your life. Do not let age define what you can do. Let the strength and confidence from within lead the way for you. If you find this video useful, please give me a like and share it with your friends of the same age. Leave a comment that I have started the first step so we can together create a strong and inspiring elderly community. Wish you always peace and health in every step of your life.